Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Commanders. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. 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 Those haters.
Happy Football Sunday. Happy NFL Sunday. We are back again here on the Flex Zone Podcast, the only place Crevonte giving you sports and that Washington Commanders coverage, win or loss, even after today. How you want it?
When you need it.
What's going on, my brother? The one and only Commanderlorian, the voice of reason, one half of the founding fathers, captain of the goofy ship, Crevonte, baby.
Those haters can't stand us.
Turn that dime music off.
Just stupid.
Well, now that's goofy.
Jam. Oh, jam.
Last international game of 2025. We went to Ireland. We've been to Berlin, Germany. We've been to London, of course. Finished up in Madrid, Crevonte. Over 78,000, almost 80,000 people there. You saw the field. It's futuristic. It goes into the ground, has irrigation system, a manufactured greenhouse. They fixed it up. How'd you feel about the whole environment before we get into the game and heading into this game against the Dolphins?
They really showed out, man. For the first game, they really put on a show. They really put on a show and they made it look good, very aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, I think they did really well with putting, everything together. I just wish we could have really I wish JD5 was playing it. This game probably been a little bit better. Also, both of these teams are not the greatest right now. So, we couldn't put the best product on the field, but Madrid showed out.
Also, Crevonte, we didn't mention it Friday. The Daron Payne 1-game suspension from the punch last week to Amon-Ra St. Brown, I guess after he was doing the Trump dance. How did you feel this was an impact coming into this game, looking at it? And also, real quick, Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks, the 2 top tacklers in the NFL also at the linebacker position, and 2 top tacklers in general.
So our defense has been severely lacking all year. So a loss like a Daron Payne. So, so he didn't get a chance to appeal or anything like that? I guess not.
He wasn't winning that one, Crevonte. That's
nah. But yeah, losing someone like a Daron Payne is definitely going to hurt because he's one of our better interior guys. So that was definitely going to hurt. Now, as far as Bobby Wagner and what's the other brother, Brooks?
Jordan Brooks.
Obviously 2 of the more active linebackers in the league, being number 1 and number 2 in tackles. They be everywhere. For I've been saying for a while, our defense is old and slow, but somehow, some way, Bobby Wagner finds his way into hundreds of tackles a year. And Brooks is pretty much seems to be on the same path as Bobby Wagner, and they spent some time together in was it Seattle? I believe they spent some time together in Seattle. So he learned a lot from Bobby Wagner, and as you can see, he is on the same wavelength as Bobby Wagner, even though Bobby Wagner's been in X amount of years and he has been in not as many, but his impact is similar. And also, the Dolphins have lost Phillips via trade before the trade deadline. So it's good to see that they're still able to be, both of them still able to be productive even after losing, top tier linemen in their defense.
All right, Crevonte, first thoughts when you look at the game. 16-13 goes to overtime. Mariota slipped one time in the red zone. Yeah, Mariota makes kind of one of his first mistakes of the day. Neither team can convert in the red zone. And we got to start even maybe with your boy, whose passport needs to be revoked immediately, Matt Gay, and the special teams.
So, again, I'm upset that the team has not brought in any competition for this guy, because I low-key wanted him gone after, what was that, the Packers game? He hasn't been performing, consistently, and he's been missing key kicks, man. The ones he chooses to miss is really, really big ones. And yeah, I don't know if it was after, was it the Falcons? I don't know if it was the Falcons game or the Packers game, but I thought he should have been, both of them were road games, but I thought he should have been left in in either spot and to find his own way home. And like you said, I think his passport should be revoked. He needs to find his way back home, because 2 kicks? Like, come on, bro. He's not good. He's really not good. Like, I would cut him, but they need to find somebody to replace him first. But there's no way he's on this roster. He should be gone by Thanksgiving.
Is the season over, Crevonte? Now 3-8. You guys were 3-2, so 6 straight losses. You know the locker room's got to be thinking we're almost to Cancun. The holidays are approaching. I ain't trying to take those hits. I ain't going out there to make that extra effort in practice or watch that extra film.
I thought the season was over before the Chiefs game. You know what I'm saying? It's just this. They've continuously shown their and honestly, before it was the defense. One like I could really point like, yeah, the defense is giving up 1,000 yards, 1,000 points, but the defense played phenomenal. They played really well today, even though Achane had a good game, but he did not get into the end zone. So the defense definitely stepped up, but you know, when you don't have your QB1, your wide receiver one, I don't know how great you think your offense is going to be. So, you know, I thought the season was over before the Chiefs game, but you know, everybody's finally getting around to what I've been thinking. And the season, to answer your question, I thought the season had been over, but yes, the season is definitely over now at 3-8.
Matt Gay, 2 for 4, long of 30, makes his lone extra point. Tressway only punted one time. Their kicker, Riley Patterson, made all his kicks and extra points. Jake Bailey only punted twice. Defense, Crevonte, but make sure you guys, if you're in the chat, happy football Sunday. We're going to get you ready for all the games. We're going to go live, kind of our own version of Red Zone as we give an update as we get later in the show after the Commanders. But make sure you hit the thumbs up. You're watching on X. Come on over to YouTube. Subscribe. Appreciate you, each one of you in the chat. Defensively, we talked about a little bit in the preview. Dan Quinn now calling plays from Joe Witt. What did you see differently? I mentioned some things when we were talking during the game, but what did you see from your perspective with the defense today? Much improved today. Getting pressure, most importantly.
I think that's it. You said it right there. Being able to get pressure and like force pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like put guys in certain situations to get the most out of them, which is what a coordinator / coach is supposed to do. And we haven't been able to get pressure all year. And Dan Quinn is finding ways to put guys in spots to get pressure. Got a couple sacks. You know what I'm saying? So pressure is absolutely number one. But on third downs and fourth downs, like they're finding ways to get it done, and they seem to play with more intensity. So I hate to say it, and there's only been one game, but I hate to think Joe Witt was the problem this whole time, and now Dan Quinn taking over, and now the defense is playing like inspired football. It's kind of crazy, but Dan Quinn is a hell of a defensive coach, but yeah, the defense has played significantly better. I hate to say this, but it's probably been their best defensive game probably all year.
And it helps when you're playing a guy like Tua who don't want to get hit, who ain't moving around much. He throwing that ball anywhere and everywhere. And how you think they kind of did against him today, as we will get into there a little bit of how their offense did.
I think they played well. I mean, giving up 16 points, that's a pretty good defensive effort. And we know Tua already has his own deficiencies with his height and also left-handed. So, you play him a little bit differently than your typical quarterbacks, but kept him in the pocket. He wasn't able to do much, got continuous pressure on him, so he never really got comfortable. Now, on the flip side, the running game is another thing, but Tua was held in check for the most part. It was Achane who was really getting off on us for real.
And let's speak on Achane. 5.7 in the attempt, 23-yard long. Kind of wonder why they didn't give it to him more, but they got Ollie Gordon, who's also decent, 9 for 45. He had a touchdown, kind of the short yardage back there. What do you think about the run defense today of the Commanders?
Run defense, and this is what happens when you lose guys like Deron Payne. Those things happen. He was able to get off. He had 120 yards rushing, and to add in 45 yards receiving, but specifically with the 120 on the ground. Yeah, I saw that coming. The only thing that didn't happen is that they didn't get to the end zone. I thought Achane would get into the end zone at least a couple times this game, but the defense stood strong when the field got smaller, like in the red zone and things like that. So they let him. He ran around a lot, but they kept him out the end zone, which is really, really what's important. Keeping it to field goals or nothing, depending on how the offense, if they want to go for it on fourth down. They was really stout in the red zone, which is very, very important.
No Tyreek Hill, we know. Jalen Waddle, he only had 52 yards, only threw for 171. Sacked 3 times. Achane 5 for 45. Malik Washington 3 for 42. Not much there. Even the secondary did better today too. Do you think that also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, like you said, Waddle, 52 yards receiving, nothing crazy. And Tua only threw for 170, and and overtime happened. So 170 for a starting quarterback, holding 170 is a pretty good game. So yeah, as a secondary, I don't know about individually, but as a team, I saw Jonathan Jones had a sack. I was like, what is this? What is going on here? But the secondary, I think the secondary played much better than they've played recently. Again, you could look, giving up 16 points, Tua threw for 170. The team only scored, what's that? They had 1 touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
I think overall the defense played phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Given everything that's been going on this year, they played really well today.
All right. He did run a little bit as well.
Wait, I'm sorry. You was breaking up a little bit.
Oh no, I was gonna say Marcus Mariota today.
Yeah. I can't hear you. You said Marcus Mariota. I know he had a big run.
How about now? Marcus Mariota. Yeah, Mariota.
Yeah.
Mariota.
I mean, he's a backup. He's a savvy vet and a backup. You get what you get, from that. He was pretty solid until the very end. I think we played pretty much mistake-free football until the very end. Crucial interception, which is obviously not good at any point in the game, let alone in overtime. I think he played pretty solid all the way up until then. But he's a savvy vet. Listen, anytime JD5 can't go, I don't mind trotting out Marcus Mariota, but just that crucial turnover in overtime cost us.
He rushed for 49 yards, also long of 44. What about this running back situation, Crevonte? 1 week is Bill, then one week is Rodriguez, who's actually done well as of late, but is the running back on his roster?
I don't know. I've been looking at some mock drafts already. Because like I said, I told you the season's been over, but I'm hearing Love is an option for us, and I'm like, gosh, I don't want to get another offensive. Well, I don't want to get another running back that is right now, because we got defense that we need to look after, unless a top tier wide receiver falls to us. But I don't think running back should be in the cards right now, because I think what we have is good enough. It's just, I guess it depends on the matchup and who we're playing, whether who's going to get majority of the carries. I don't think we have a bona fide running back one on this roster, at least not right now, not at this moment.
That'd be interesting. Love, I mean, he's showing out. He's one of the best running backs in the country, so
for sure.
He'll be number 1 running back probably early on. How about Debo, Crevonte? I think this season has been very good for him. Do you want him back? 7 for 74, had the touchdown, and you can use him in a variety of ways. Ertz, 4 for 42. He did slip in the end zone, like I mentioned. Chris Moore, 2 for 28. Jacoby Jones, as you mentioned, 1 for 25. How you feel about that? Terry McLaurin just standing on the sideline in street clothes.
Bastards. Yeah, Debo's great, man. Debo's great as long as there's already a number one wide receiver on the field. That's what Debo's at his absolute best. If Terry McLaurin is healthy and on the field, Debo Samuels will take his game, will take this offense to another level. But when Debo is the lone man on the outside, it's like it's not it. So I think Debo's great. I would love to have Debo back, but I would also like Terry McLaurin to actually get on the field and be able to stay on the field. So we get the most out of Debo. He could be more effective.
How do you feel Cliff Kingsbury did today, Crevonte? We talked about Dan Quinn stepping in on defense. How you think Cliff Kingsbury did? Limited options with no GD5, obviously.
He has a tall order to try to keep the ball moving and trying to put points on the board. But I don't think the greatest of play calling today. I think there were some points that he left on the board. I think both offenses should have taken the points towards the end of that game, just because points are at a premium when defenses are playing as well as both of their defenses were. Points are at a premium. You have to take them. You don't have it's not a promise that you'll get back down here. And I don't think that was great decision making, but Cliff Kingsbury doing the most with what he got, which is not a lot. I just think some of the decision making down the stretch offensively was not great.
Any bright spots heading into the bye week, Crevonte? I mean, pretty much still got a tough schedule after this game. You got the bye, but then you have the Broncos and then the Vikings, and then you finish out with the Giants, 2 games with the Eagles, and a game with the Cowboys. So divisional foes.
Yeah. The bright spot is that the defense looked better. Because I say the previous 3 games, you look at those stats, it's like, wow, this defense is terrible. And we couldn't tell if it was the personnel or if it was the defensive coordinator or a mixture, a combination of both. But Dan Quinn stepped in. It's like, oh, defense is not as bad as it looked, the 3 games previously. I think that's the only bright spot for real. Possibly JD5 is not on IR. Terry McLaurin is not on IR. So, that is great for health reasons, the bye week. And hopefully we get healthier coming out the bye week. But I'll say the brightest spot is that the defense looked better going into the bye week. Jesus Christ.
And yeah, I was going to say the curse of the Bears. When the Commanders and Bears play, the loser usually lose the rest of their games. Remember, the Bears lost all their games last year. And now you look at the Commanders here. We looked at the schedule. You're playing teams that are all outside the Giants, maybe competing for the playoffs. I don't know, the Cowboys, maybe not. But, I mean, that's going to be tough, man. And anything you want to see happen during the bye week, any changes that need to be made? I mean,
I would say keep Dan Quinn as a play caller at this point. And see if that's legitimate, because again, it's only been 1 game. Let's see if the defense comes out better and more intensity going into the rest of the year. I like to see this team get healthy, but again, I'm all about draft positioning. We need a game changer, and our game changer is at quarterback, but he's been banged up and he's been hurt. I'd put him in bubble wrap, put him on a shelf. You know what I'm saying? And let Marcus Mariota ride out, the rest of the year. But yeah, I would like to see him get healthy, and I want to see Dan Quinn continue to be the play caller, to see like, hey, maybe Dan Quinn needs to be the, head coach, defensive coordinator, play caller, or whatever, moving forward. Because I hate to think the defense is as bad as it's looked this year, but Dan Quinn could change things. Turn things around defensively. And offensively, I just want guys to get better and be competitive. But again, I'm not about winning game. These games don't really matter when you're 3-8. Like, playoffs are out of reach. We pretty much, since we lost to the Dolphins, that means we have at least a top 7 pick. And this team we don't have a lot of game changers. We don't have a lot of youth. I'm big picture. I don't care about this season is a wash for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Dan Quinn is going to get fired or anything of the sort. So let's try to get his draft order, let's improve this draft order, and let's just be competitive. But I ain't about winning like these games that really don't matter.
Well, great news out of all us, Crevonte. In the loss, you win now at number 7, right behind Cleveland and Las Vegas. How do you see this playing out? I don't know if you'll be able to leapfrog any of these teams because of just how bad they are, more than maybe the Commanders.
Right. Make this. Can you zoom in a little bit?
Let me see what I got.
And this is the perfect draft. Or is this Tankathon?
Might be. Let me try to do this real quick.
Because the important thing, and this is what I learned last year, is that the strength of schedule means a lot, especially when teams have the same record. So if you have a higher percentage in the strength of schedule, then the team with the lower one get the higher seed. So so the Cleveland and what's this, Vegas? God, what's this? Can we move this? Hey, go down a little bit.
Yeah, I can. You want me to take the total? I got you. There we go.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So, and also the crazy thing about the strength of schedule, that's going to change throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? As team wins, team loses, because this is the strength of schedule of the teams you already played, or that you played thus far, this year. So the strength of schedule is going to fluctuate, up and down. Because I think Washington was 5-16 before this game. Now it's 5-19. So if the Raiders find a way to win, we would leapfrog them. You know what I'm saying? If Cleveland finds a way to win, we probably still be behind them because their strength of schedule is 47. 475. So
you still got the head-to-head with the Giants.
Very true, but we still got more wins. We gotta get a tie, and also, so that's why I also found out that head-to-head doesn't matter in draft order. Head-to-head only matters when we're going to the playoffs and positioning for the playoffs. In this situation, if the teams are tied, it goes to strength of schedule. But another loss to the Giants would obviously help, because they would get them another win, and maybe the strength of schedule will flip a little bit. So, but I'm thinking of Tennessee not catching them. I think Tennessee will probably get the number 1 pick. Well, it'll be between Tennessee and New Orleans, because apparently Tennessee has a very high strength of schedule percentage. So if you happen to tie with Tennessee, you could leapfrog them, but I don't see where they get no more wins. So I think the top 3 are probably solidified. New Orleans and the Jets could flip-flop, but I think that's going to be the top 3 picks. Tennessee, New Orleans, New York. And then we have the Giants. What is the update for Jackson Dart? Like, how long is he going to be out? Is he out for the season?
They didn't say yet, but another concussion, I don't know. It may be a few weeks. I don't
know. Cleveland defense is in every game. It's just that Dylan Gabriel's their quarterback, so it's like but we could probably leapfrog maybe 2 more. We could probably get to 5. I think that's probably the highest we get to. Is probably 5, the 5th pick. But we'll see how it goes.
All right, Crevonte, that is pretty much the main thing there. Any final recaps from the Commanders as we heading into a bye week before we go around the NFL?
They played a lot better than I thought they would, if I'm being completely honest with you. Especially that defense, because that defense was 31st in everything. Every category that meant anything, they were like 31st in it. So I'm glad to see the defense is playing better, but the offense is going to be lacking. They just are. Because no QB1, no wide receiver 1. You take any team's QB1 and wide receiver 1, the offense is going to be different. The offense is going to struggle. Like, we're not going to put up many points, you know what I'm saying, until JD5 comes back, which I don't think he should, but until he comes back, until Terry McLaurin comes back, we're going to be in the teens. The highest we get to is probably 20, 21. That'll probably be the most points we score without our QB1 and wide receiver 1. But defense playing significantly better.
Real quick, after the bye week, like I said, you should get maybe some players back. Injury-wise, you left pretty healthy today. I know Chris Moore went down, but he came back in. I believe he was evaluated for concussion. But no major injuries either heading into the bye week also. So maybe getting more guys back also after the bye week. Because that Denver team is going to be tough.
Yeah. So the bye week is always good for recovery time. You know, it's another full week just to get guys more rehab, more recovery. So hopefully, guys, we came out this game relatively healthy. So hopefully, guys get more healthy with another week of rest. So yeah, hope it's at a good time. The bye week came at a good time.
All right, Crevonte, you ready to go for week 11, my guy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let me pull up the scoreboard here. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's go right. Falcons. I think did we both go Falcons here?
I think we did. I think we did. Unfortunately, we can't. We love pain, man. Let's see.
Panthers do have the ball though. Bills Bucks. I think did you pick Bills?
Yeah,
I picked Bills.
Now,
no Keon Coleman today.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Is Dalton Kincaid playing?
I believe so. I'm
not sure because he's kind of been dealing with injury, with injuries as well, with health issues, and he's probably, honestly, outside of Josh Allen, Dalton Kincaid is probably the most important weapon that he has, because when he's not in the lineup, the Bills' offense do not look the same.
He's out with hamstring.
Ah, that's tough.
You know how those are.
Yeah. The Titans have a chance to win today. They do have a chance to win. I don't think they'll do it, but if they do find a way to win, I would not be surprised, because the Texans are C.H. Stroud is still not playing. Mills is out there, but we all know the Titans. I'm sorry, the Texans have a elite level defense, but what are you going to get from Mills is the important piece. But so that game, I don't foresee a lot of points being scored from the Texas Titans, but this would be a win for the Titans could win this game, and if they win this game, then I think the Saints would get into the number 1 overall pick.
How about the Vikings up 3-0 over the Bears? I know we both are kind of believing in the Bears right now.
Yeah. I don't know what I've been on right now, but Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams seems to be getting it. And the biggest thing is Caleb Williams is not taking as many sacks. He's cut his sacks in half, and he's not turning the ball over. And I think that's a recipe for at least being better than you were last year. And Ben Johnson keeping them on schedule, they look better.
Giants up 7-0 over the Packers. I know you love to see the Giants win, but have
man, listen, prove me wrong, baby. Prove me wrong, man. Giants, come on, get this. Go ahead, get the dub. The Packers have been in a free fall, I feel like, right about now, and the Packers, and maybe I think it might be Jordan Love, man, because the defense haven't been getting up a whole bunch of points. It's just offense kind of a little stagnant. Again, I put Jordan Love and Bo Nix in the same category. I want to like Jordan Love, but yeah.
I guess of just no Micah Parsons, Crevonte. Like the brother he on a milk carton. Where is he?
He pops up every now and then, but this was the issue in Dallas. This was the issue in Dallas when it most needs you, you know where to be found. You know what I'm saying? So, and they gave a nice little something for Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? The Packers are going to be without first round picks for at least the next 2 years. So, we in those big spots, he'll need to be all everywhere all game. But when it comes down to it, those crucial third downs in the fourth quarter, he need to show up, and he just hasn't. But the defense has been playing better as a team. It just specifically what you're expecting from Micah Parsons, you're not necessarily getting.
I know you were going back and forth with the Steelers and Bengals. I believe the Bengals went for 2 because of the win. Mark was saying something in comments about it too.
Oh man. Woo! That's gonna be something moving forward. Boswell gonna kick through that mess. Yeah. So I guess it was on their side of the field. I end up sticking with the Steelers, man. I was going back and forth, but I think I end up sticking with the Steelers. I don't know. The Falcons and Steelers, they typically don't do well for me. And I picked both of them the same week, which is kind of crazy. Joe Flacco still playing at quarterback, so the Bengals are gonna be able to put up points, but they're gonna give it up too.
Jaguars up 7-3 over the Chargers.
Interesting, but it's early, I guess. Jaguars, man, at this point, you need this win to keep pace. I mean, I know the division's out of reach now. The best you could do is wild card because the Colts are out there. The Colts are out there right now. But the Jaguars want to put themselves in a better position to, at least make the playoffs. I think if the in it today, they would be in the 7th spot.
Real quick, Crevonte. I think can you hear me right before I go in real quick? Breaking news from the good brother Riles. Riles always giving us some news. Jordan Love apparently got hurt. I just saw it come across my notifications.
Oh my gosh.
And hold on. Not only that, another quarterback, Bryce Young, apparently hurt as well. I don't know how bad. And then Calvin Ridley apparently hurt. I'm just as it comes across.
What's going on? What are we doing? What's going on, man?
I don't know.
What's up, man?
Yeah, so
it's too much. Oh my gosh, man. So pretty much looks like so the Packers. It was that who's the Packers playing today? The Giants.
The Giants already up 7-0.
Woo! Yo, I picked the Packers, but Giants, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that, Giants. And the Panthers and the Falcons. I picked the Falcons, so okay, they go and rock with that.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure nothing else came through. Anything in the afternoon slate, Crevonte, real quick while I try to look something up.
Oh man, that Seahawks Rams game is it, man. Who's going to be the top of the NFC West? And the Seahawks and Rams, they're at the class of the NFC West right now. So, and they're going to play again in a couple weeks. So, whoever can get a stranglehold on that, because honestly, I think they're probably, they'll probably split. I think whoever wins this game is going to lose the next game. But I really like the Rams and the Seahawks right now. They're playing some really, really good football. And I think that game is going to be really good.
Yep. According to Adam Schefter, left shoulder injury. I was trying to fact check that real quick.
That's not good. That's not good. And the Packers are low key in the free fall right now. So this is a boost. This is a boost for the Lions right now. There's a huge boost for the Lions. Who do they play? Oh, but the Lions play the Eagles on Sunday. Sunday night.
Yes.
Ooh. So those are two games I'm looking forward to: the Lions and the Eagles tonight, and the Rams and the Seahawks at 4:30 Both of those games are they should be good.
Oh, that's Calvin Ridley with an ankle injury right there, Crevonte, against the Texans.
Oh my gosh, man. Sheesh. That's not helpful. Mark stupid.
All right, Crevonte.
Which is legitimate. That's absolutely a thing. Put some tussin on. Mark showing his age. Not some tussin. But yeah, Byron, what you were saying?
Crevonte, let the people know. Oh no, I was gonna say let people know how to keep up with us, what they need to do if they're watching right now, and we'll be doing moving forward for these final 6 Commanders games. Bye week next week though, so a week off for you.
Jesus Christ, man! Listen, for all you that's on X, come on over to YouTube, or at least from X, tell us why X is so good and why y'all choose to stay over there. I think that's good information for us to know. But yeah, come on over to YouTube. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you can be notified for when we do our post games and our pre games for Commanders games. Byron keeps finding a way to pull me back into doing these things, man. I'm be honest with y'all. Checked out a while ago on the season. Checked out a while ago. At this point, me and Byron are going to keep updating the draft order just to see how much the Commanders draft positioning can improve at this point, because I don't foresee too many wins. I told Byron, I said this last week, Dolphins and Giants. We just lost to the Dolphins. It ain't but one more win, one more potential win on the slate. But if you want to come back to see me suffer, through these weeks, check us out. Hit the bell for notifications so you'll be notified when the suffering will continue. But it's always a good time when me and my boy Byron get together.
Appreciate you, Crevonte. And real quick, Lamar Jackson through 100 starts. Look at the numbers. We'll be live later, Ravens and Browns. So doing this thing.
And they got the nerve to say he overrated. I swear, man, folks be talking. 2-time MVP, probably should have been 3, and he overrated. It's absolutely absurd to me. But Lamar Jackson has always, been doing this thing. And also, did Mark Andrews break the record already, or is that
I think
for
he's
this
like
week?
4 yards. 4 yards away.
So he's probably gonna get that. He's probably gonna get that. Wait, hold on. The Ravens play this week?
Browns 425.
Okay, yep, Browns. So yeah, he's probably gonna break the record today for most, and that's most receiving. Derek Mason? Derek Mason. Wow.
Derek Mason.
Wow. Yeah, wow. So yeah, he's gonna be in some Ravens royalty with another catch, pretty much. So yeah, but Lamar Jackson is great. Yes, you can nitpick, but you can nitpick any player. But Lamar Jackson's numbers do not tell a lie. They just don't. You can nitpick the playoff wins and maybe certain spots, but overall, man, he's great, man. He's absolutely great.
Okay, looks like they said Jordan Love is back in, so looks like he's back in. So whatever that means.
Right, and again, now with the Giants, Giants got a hell of a D line. They're gonna come for that. If you say a shoulder, they're gonna come for it.
Yeah, they got them boys that can get after the passer.
Listen, man, Mark, you gotta be careful with betting nowadays, man. I lost a lot. I lost a lot today. I put a lot on Achane. I should not have put the touchdowns on that parlay. I had him for 50 yards rushing, and then I had him for 100 receiving and rushing. but then I had the touchdown, anytime touchdown on there as well, which was a nice chunk of change I would have made if he did not get stopped continuously at the 1 yard line. Also had, I think I had him for 2 touchdowns today too, just to sprinkle something on it. But yeah, that didn't work out. You gotta be careful with them touchdowns, man. Touchdowns will throw it off, man. But I was on it with the yards today, for sure.
One half of the Founding Fathers, Captain of the Goofy Ship, the Commanderlorian, the senior producer. He'll be back tomorrow recapping it. Another episode of the Flex Zone podcast, fresh for you and the Flex Zone family. And we got a week off next week. So no Commanders preview or post game, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. Broncos and Commanders. Make sure you know this is the only place giving you sports how you want it. Crevonte?
When you need it.
Best Commanders coverage in the community. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us and starting your football Sunday with us. Commanders lose 16-13 in overtime, fall to 3-8, and number 7 currently in the 2026 draft ranking and order.
That's what's important, Byron. That's what's important. You make sure you say that.
Yes. Don't bury the lead. Hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe, vote on the poll. Watching on X, come on over to YouTube. We'll be live later. Ravens Browns post game show, and tomorrow Monday Night Raw and another episode of the Flex Zone podcast. We'll be talking NFL Week 11 here on the Flex Zone podcast. Throw your ones up, acknowledge us. Thank you for watching. Hit the bell. We out of here. Comment down below if you made it this far after the fact. For Crevonte and everybody in the chat, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Enjoy your football Sundays. We'll see you tonight after Ravens Browns and recap it all as we always do. Peace. Good night, everybody.